Sir. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all present here. I am Dr. Pranita Deshpande, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Dharampet MP Dev Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra. It gives me immense pleasure to be the host of today's very special session, a guest lecture on citizen science projects in association with NASNI, that is National Astronomical Network of IIT, that promises to take us far beyond the boundaries of Earth and into the vast, fascinating world of astronomy. Since the dawn of time, the humans have looked up at the stars and wondered what lies beyond the skies. Today, we have the privilege to exploring these cosmic mysteries with the guidance of someone who has spent her life doing exactly that, observing, researching, and decoding the universe. Now, let me take a moment to introduce the star of today's event, our distinguished guest speaker, Mrs. Amoli Kakkar. Mrs. Kakkar is a renowned astronomy educator, astrophotographer, and NASA certified citizen scientist, and presently working at Jaipur. Her work has not only illuminated the skies, but also ignited the curiosity of thousands of students and space enthusiasts across the globe. She has discovered several supernovas and kilonovas, contributing significantly the transient object monitoring. She identified 6 objects that are currently classified as provisional discoveries on their way to being confirmed as asteroids. She is active as a solar observer, consistently capturing the documenting solar activities, and eclipse chaser, documenting celestial events with precision and passion. I request today's keynote speaker, Mrs. Amoli Kakkar ma'am, to deliver a lecture.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. I'm not so great. I'm really obliged by that introduction. Thank you so much. Okay, now as Dr. Pranita said, that I am a citizen scientist. Yes, I am. Because I don't have a degree in astronomy or astrophysics or astrobiology or astrochemistry. I am just a simple homemaker who, just because of my passion, I have converted myself into an astronomy educator or a science enthusiast. What I actually try to do is I try to read a lot, I try to listen a lot, I try to explore myself as much as I can. And fortunately, I came across a very humble person in our group who is Mr. Sovan Acharya, who is working in Delhi. And he is the person who introduced me to the citizen science projects. And you know, this concept of citizen science projects has really changed my life. I am not idle at all. Whenever I feel to do some kind of astronomy, basically in these monsoon days, you cannot take out your telescope, you cannot do any star observations. So what to do, how to kill your time? So for that, citizen science projects are really a help. And citizen science projects are the things which you can do from your home, or even when you are on a trip, or wherever you are, you can do them with your mobile or your laptop or your desktop. It is very easy to do them. So I will just take you around how we are going to do the citizen science projects. And I will specially pay attention to one of the projects in which I would like the students to enroll themselves, ask their schools to connect with people like me or like Sovan Acharya or like NASNI, to enroll them in the project of the asteroid hunting, which is run by NASA, which is run by IASC in collaboration with NASA. Okay, so now I just share my screen and I take you to the world of citizen science projects. Okay. So if you can see clearly, this is a page, which is of Zooniverse. If you can see on the top, this is zooniverse.org. So there are several websites from where you can enter the citizen science projects. The main is obviously the NASA site. The second main website is Zooniverse. Please note it down. It is Zooniverse, not universe, it's Zooniverse. So in this, we just need to register ourselves, sign in, and we are ready to go. They do not charge anything, and these projects are really simple to be done even by a kid sitting at home. Please avoid going through the reels day and night. Instead, I would suggest the kids to do some kind of citizen science projects. So on the platform of Zooniverse, as you see, there are many disciplines. Can you see the arts, biology, climate, history? There are n number of topics on which citizen science projects can be done. You can do projects on any topic in which you have the interest. I have interest in the topic of space. So when I click on space and I scroll down, I see a number of projects. These are the projects which are going on live right now. They have the data right now. So like these, see, Delve Dwarf Galaxy. Here we are trying to find out the galaxies which are near the Milky Way, which we are unable to see by the naked eyes. Okay. Rubin Comet Catchers, Cosmic Collisions. There are n number of projects over here. So these are the projects. Now, as Dr. Pranita mentioned, I have worked on Kilonova. Now, what are actually Kilonova? Kilonova is basically when two neutron stars merge or when they collide. What comes out is the Kilonova. So I'll just make you go through the Kilonova. This actually is finished. This project is finished. It has finished recently. Now here you see three images. Okay. The first one is the observation. Now the second one is the reference that the physicists have taken out from that. And the third one is the difference of the first and the second image. So if you see a white spot over here in the middle of the crosshairs, this one. So you will click on yes and done. So you have classified one object, whether it is a kilonova or not. In case you are unable to understand anything, there are tutorials. When you first time enter any kind of a project on the Zooniverse platform, you have tutorials, step-by-step tutorials through which you can go through and understand how to do them. Even you have the field guide. Wherever you find a difficulty in analyzing the image, you can go through the field guide. So this helps you to identify the correct object, whatever they are asking for whatever project you have come in. Okay. So projects like Kilonova, projects like active asteroids. This is a very famous project on Zooniverse platform, active asteroids. This must have also been, yeah, still it's there. Okay. Now here what we are, in this project, what we actually do is, we actually try to see whether there is any dust tail or any haze around the central object, the object just in the center of the crosshair. So I don't see any dust tail or anything. So I click on no and it's done. Now I'll just try to show you some of the examples where, if it's possible, no, not here. Okay. So we'll just, I don't see anything. I'll just go by quickly so that I find a good object and I'll show you. Here, you can see it is a bit hazy. I click on yes and done. So it gives me the confirmation that yes, I have clicked the correct object. And I click on classifying. Similarly, like I told you that you have a tutorial and a field guide in Kilonova, you have them in every Zooniverse project. Okay, you have the field guide also and you have the tutorial also. So you can take help, or if still you are unable to do the analysis, you can click on done and talk. You can chat with the experts on the Zooniverse. They will come back to you. They will definitely revert you. Okay. There is a very famous, I'll just go back to Zooniverse again. There is a very prominent and very famous project, that is Disk Detective, where we hunt for the outside world, where we hunt for the planets outside. Like this. If you see here, for this, you have to be a bit alert while doing the analysis. Okay. Now, if we, I'm not able to see the, yeah, I got it. Now, when I press the recording, if you see the images are changing. Okay. Now I scroll up and I tell you that, see, the names will also keep on changing. It is Panstars G, the first one. The next would be, I am not able to see the name actually because of the Zoom thing coming. So you can see the name is changing every image. You can go step by step, or you can just click on the video. And you have to analyze the object in the center of the center circle, the middle circle, by these criteria. So if you classify them, fine, and then you can click on done. For this, I would definitely suggest that you go through the tutorial, because it is a really typical and a very difficult project. Not actually difficult once you get hold of it, but yes, it is difficult. You need to understand each and every part of it. Only then you can mark it correctly, and then you have the field guide. Please go through this also before submitting any of the images. This is a very interesting project, and I really do it often. Okay. So now we have been talking about the projects on Zooniverse platform, right? There are many projects on Zooniverse platform by the under the name of Space. The next very interesting project is the Galaxy Cruise project run by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan. So this is a project in which we are, okay, now they have two categories, spiral and elliptical. Like this is a sideways galaxy. So I click it on elliptical. It is not interacting with any other galaxy. I click on not interacting and I simply submit. Now, when I do this, it takes me to a different galaxy. You can continue doing this, and to see where you stand, you have a list of the results. Like this child, Chinmay, has done about 702 galaxies he has classified till now, in this day, today itself. Okay, these are the daily basis results. And when I scroll down, how many do I see? I see mine are 84. So you can well relate that how many you have done and how many others are doing and how many are left. See, this is a galaxy chart where you have to complete about 1,000 galaxies. These are the meters where you have to complete. So where I am just about to reach 100. So my marking is around 80%. Okay, when I complete 100, it will be above 100. Simple. Okay, now as I told you that the citizen science projects can be done through many platforms, the first and the foremost being the NASA platform. So when I go to the NASA page, and I click on the citizen scientist, the citizen science projects, I go down and I see that there are another set of different projects: Space Cloud Watch, Ozone Layer, Galaxy Zoo, again, just like the NAOJ project of Galaxy Cruise. Then we have cloud spotting on Mars. Then we have exo asteroids. It is very similar to the project of active asteroids on Zooniverse. These projects mostly take us back to Zooniverse. We can go directly to the Zooniverse, or we can go via the NASA platform. Now, a very important project which I would like to talk, because there are many kids who are attending this session, I would definitely like to talk about the IASC campaign. That is the International Astronomical Collaboration. Here, this one. Okay. So this is the campaign which is run by IASC and in collaboration with NASA. So this is a campaign where we are actually receiving the images of the sky from Pan-STARRS telescope. There are two telescopes. They are situated in Hawaii, and there are two telescopes, Pan-STARRS 1 and Pan-STARRS 2. So Pan-STARRS telescope sends us images. I'll just, I have already logged in because I can't share the login details. And after that, I just click on campaigns. And I click on my campaign, which is running right now. That is International Asteroid Campaign. Here you may have n number of campaigns. You can register your team under any name of the campaign. It's taking some time. Yes. So there are n number of teams in International Asteroid Campaign. As you can see, so many teams are there. Okay. My team is Mars India Observatory. I click on this and I see that they have sent us number of image sets. These are the image sets which they send. Okay. So they send us number of image sets. See, I know that you won't be understanding the terms right now. When I will make you go through, you will definitely understand. Now, the first thing what we receive from IASC is the practice image set. Why does IASC send us the practice image set? Because it wants to confirm whether our software on which we are analyzing the images sent by IASC is working perfectly fine. First thing. Second thing will be that they want to know whether we know how to analyze any image set. Then I'll show you how to actually do the image set. So what I do when we receive the image sets, I click on download. Now, if you see carefully, this name is starting with PS1. PS1 stands for Pan-STARRS 1. That means the first telescope of Pan-STARRS. There are two telescopes. Some images start with the name of PS2 and some start with the name of PS1. So while analyzing any image, we have to be careful whether we are analyzing a PS1 image or a PS2 image. Okay. Now, when the image is downloaded, yeah, it is downloaded. I go to my file explorer where it is downloaded. I go to downloads. Here, this is the image set which I had downloaded. I right click on it, and when I right click on it, because this is a zipped file, I will extract it. I click on extract, and then so I have received a extracted file. I just minimize this, and I minimize this also to show you how we work on Astrometrica. This is the Astrometrica software, which I'll tell you how do we install it. Now, if you see, the file which I had downloaded was a PS1 file. But at the, if I may use the annotation, where is it? How can I use the annotation? It's not coming here.
You can try and edit, madam. Add an edit tab.
You can do it in tools also, ma'am. Please see in tools.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, but it's not visible, so I'm really sorry. Chalo, no problem. I'll just point out by my words correctly. If you see on my Astrometrica screen at the bottom right corner, if you see, it is written as ps2.cfg. So because my file which I had downloaded and I wanted to analyze was PS1, so I will have to change this because it was PS1 and the image name. This is ps2.cfg. Now, how do I do it? I go to the top left corner, the blue spanner icon, if you can see. This is the edit program settings. Now, I need to do some editing in the software. So when I click on it, a window comes named as program settings. I click on open. Here I see that there are a list of files, CFG files. I'll select ps1.cfg and click on open and save and OK. So I have selected a PS1 file. In case you forget to do the changes, sometimes it happens if you are analyzing number of, suppose you are analyzing 4 image sets sitting all together. Some are PS1 and some are PS2, but you forget to change the configuration file. So even if you have analyzed your file correctly, when you submit the report, it won't accept it. It will show an error. So in case you get an error, you will have to see whether you have selected the correct configuration file. The first part is this. Now, I will download. Now, the next part, because we have come to the Astrometrica, we have settled our, we have made our configuration fine. Now I go to File and click on Load Images. Over here, I have stored my file in the desktop in Downloads. Now, if I scroll down, I'll select a file where it is actually having both known and a new object. Now, you may not understand what is a known and a new object right now, but after my analysis, you will definitely understand. So I have selected set 203, and when I go inside, I find 4 fit files. Now I select all the 4 images all together and click on open. Sir, could you just help me if I can just minimize this screen of Zoom which is coming in front of me, because it will really hamper while analyzing the image. Can I minimize it somehow? Yeah,
I have made it.
That's that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So we have seen, we have got the images. I have loaded my images. Okay. When I load my images, actually what happens is it comes in this format. For me, for my eyes, I am used to a white background with black dots. I am not comfortable with this kind of a background. So I just toggle it to a white background and black dots. After loading the images, now starts the steps to prepare your images for analysis. Now, the first step is doing data reduction. I click on the fifth icon in the second line on the top left, the green icon. It says astrometric data reduction. I click on it. A window named coordinates come. I don't make any changes over here and I just click on OK. And a small process starts. Now, after this process is completed, I get a table of data reduction results. I really do not make any changes and I just cross it. Okay, now why do we do this step? This step is essential because Astrometrica has a database called as MPC or MPC Orbital Catalog. That catalog will identify which part of the sky am I referring to, or this particular image set is referring to. So we need to do this analysis. Then after doing the data reduction, I will click on the black icon just below the help, which is known as known object overlay. When I click on known object overlay, it again starts to do some process. Okay, now the process is done. Now, one more thing I would definitely like to reiterate is that whenever data reduction and known object overlay is being carried out by Astrometrica, kindly do not fiddle with the laptop or your desktop because it may corrupt the MPC or database, right? Okay, now, why did I do this known object overlay? I did this step because nowadays IASC provides us with the images which have already been analyzed by some other citizen scientist. So when an image set is already being analyzed and there are red names which are visible on the image set, that means some other person has already found some moving objects in the image set. What IASC is requesting us is to confirm these objects as well as try to find some new objects if there is any in this particular image set. Okay, so that is why this is necessary that we do the known object overlay. The next step is blinking. Now I click on this double dice icon and I will see that if you see over here, the images are, just a sec. Yeah. If you see the images, the number of images, the name, image 1, 2, 3, 4, it is changing continuously. Why is it changing? It's changing because the images have been taken by an interval of every 15 minutes. Why 15 minutes? Because, see, when I click a part of the sky at any particular time, I clicked it at 9 p.m. The sky was something. But when I click it at 9:10 or 9:15 or 10 o'clock, the sky would be different. The planet which was visible would have moved. the stars would have moved because the Earth is rotating. Okay. So similarly, if there is any new object moving in the sky, to find that, what IASC does is that it captures the 4 images after taking the interval of 15 minutes from the same part of the sky, so that they can identify a object is moving or not. Now, when I have done the blinking part, it is really difficult for me to find out the objects in this. So I just zoom in twice, and after zooming in, it looks pretty good. Now in this image set, not only in this image set, in every image set, you have these grid lines. If you can see the gray part, which is blank, these grid lines, there are 16 squares in each image set. You have to analyze each and every square to find out the moving object. Now, if you see, if I just go back, yeah. If you see this, in the first square or the bottom type, can you see this red square with a name written over here? And in the second square also, it is similarly like that. But there is no black object in it. It shows that the object is somewhere near, or it was a false object. So what I do is I just scroll down a little bit and I try to check it somewhere nearby. In the second square, I do not find any object moving along with the red name. So I go for the first square. Here I see that this object over here, if you can see my cursor, this object is moving along with the red name forward. So here, can you see this? Yes. This object has also changed its direction. If you see it carefully, the red name goes in some other direction, but the object is moving in some other direction. So that means it is the same object which was identified by someone else, but yes, it is a known object and it should be marked, because IASC requests us that we should mark the known object also to confirm that yes, there is a object which was found earlier. So when I click on the object, I will not click on the red square. I will click on the object itself. Now, when I click on the object, I see a few things coming in front of me with under the name of object verification. Here, what we need to find out when it is a new object is that we need to check this graph on the top right corner and the value of SNR and the value of magnitude, the value of G. Okay. So because it is a known object and we are just reassuring IASC that yes, it is visible, I will skip all these steps and I will click on the 3 dots over here in the object designation. When I click on this, the database scans and it will show me a few names, the names of the objects nearby, and the first one will be the known object by the same name, K19M12Y. This is the name written in red. Now, over here, if you see the DRA, the value of DRA and DDE, the right extension and declination is not 0.0 and 0.0. Rather, it is 0.3 and 0.1. So this means that the object has actually shifted from its actual position where it was registered first. Okay, that is why there is a difference. I do not make any changes. I simply click on OK. And when I click on OK, I see that the same name, that is K19M12Y, appears on the name, on the area where the name has to be. And I click on accept. When I click on accept, you may see that the name in blue has appeared around that particular object, rather in the name where it was there earlier, that is the red area. Now I move to the next image and I click on the object again. Now if I see, I will be repeating these steps for all the 4 images because the object is the same. Now, if you see, the value of declination has changed. It is 0.0 and this is 0.3. Still, it is not 0 and 0. So I just click on accept and move ahead. Anyways, because it's a known object, I will not make any changes. Simply, I need to re-register it. That is the only thing what IASC expects me to do. I do the same thing again. If I may show you again. See, the value of right extension has also changed and the value of declination has also changed because I told you the object has changed its direction. That is the reason it is happening. And here I move to the last image, that is the 4th image. And I click on OK and accept. Now, when I start blinking again, what happens is I see the blue name is following the object. Okay, now what I do is, this is how we register a known object. Now I'll tell you how to register a new object. Okay, I'll just, yes. Now, in the corner to the right, in the square to the right, on the top side, can you see a very dark, prominent object moving down? Yes? Okay. So this is the object we will register. Yes. Now, I forgot to tell you one more thing. There are 2 steps by which we can visually identify a probable asteroid. First is that it will always move in a straight line. And secondly, it will cover the same amount of distance in all the 4 images. There are 2 ways to identify whether this could be a probable asteroid, is that it will move in a straight line, be it in any direction, but it will always move in a straight line. Secondly, it will cover the same amount of distance in every image. So I am at image 1. I click on this object. Now here, because it's a new object, I will definitely look for the graph, which is quite good. The white dots are quite aligned on the red line of the graph. The value of SNR, that is the signal to noise ratio, is quite good. IASC suggests that the signal to noise ratio should be more than 3.5 now. Earlier, it used to be 5. The value should be 5 or more than 5. But now it suggests that at least 3.5 should be there, because now we have found major amount of asteroids in our solar system, the near Earth objects. But yes, still there are some faint and very small objects which are new in this area. So we need to register them also. So this is a very good object because the SNR is quite good, that is 17.7. And the magnitude is 19.5. G says that it's a magnitude. That is the brightness. Now, because it's a new object, I will have to give it a name. How do I give it a name? There are rules for that also. The first thing is that there should be 3 alphabets in capital and 4 numbers. Simple. 3 alphabets in capital and 4 numbers without any space. And I click on accept. You will see that the name is accompanying the object. Now, I move to the next image. Of SNR is 18. I really forgot it. But yes, the value of G should not have a difference of more than 1 in all the 4 images. Okay. This is a rule set by IASC. Now again, I name it. I do not go to the object designation 3 dots because it's a new object. So I have to give it a, I have to give it a name. And I click on accept. Name. So I have now a few students may ask, why do we give the same name in all the 4 images? It is because the object is the same in all the 4 images. See, if I write my identity, the object moving in the sky, though we are tracking it same, that is why the name remains the same, but it will change for a different object. If I go for a new, for a different object, like over here, there is one more object. Yes. Now in the second square in the center of the screen, can you see this dark object moving down? I stop my screen blinking and I click here. Here I check the graph, the value of SNR, G and F. Okay. It will have a same name, but 2 different objects will have different names. Now, when you have registered all the objects, moving objects in an image set, how do you report them to the IASC? In that, can you here, there is a report generated. I do not make any changes. In fact, I cannot make any changes over here. I just select the whole thing and I click on copy. That is Control C. Page. From IASC. Now here, can you see this? Select an image set. Why are we selecting here? Because on which set have we worked? I will select any image set. Say suppose it's a practice image set. Then because we are working as a report over here in the MPC report and I will submit. But I'm not going to submit it here because this is not the report for the practice image set. Okay. In case, see, there are many probabilities. In case you do not find any object in the image set, then what do you do? Okay, I'll just come back over here. Then what do? you will erase all these lines, the object lines. Okay, just the object lines. The header of the report will be always there. After removing the object lines, I will simply mention no object found. And I will submit the report. Fine. So this is the way we are analyzing the images sent by IASC, and in a single campaign, IASC sends us around 20 to 25 image sets. Here you can see the number of image sets. I think so. My team is lagging behind. I need to bug them up to finish the image sets as soon as possible. Okay, now one more thing I would definitely like to tell you. You saw that I was working on the software of Astrometrica. This is the Astrometrica software. Okay. Now, how do you get that? When you have enrolled for a campaign, when you click on Astrometrica, over here you will see the Astrometrica setup. You click on this and then you can install your Astrometrica. Okay. Sometimes what happens is there is an error which comes up. In case there is an error and whoever is mentoring you for that particular campaign, you can connect to them for that. Object, it's moving so fast. So this is the way IASC or the asteroids, we actually find the asteroids. These are the live images which we receive from IASC. So with that, I would definitely like to, please feel free to ask me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for this illuminating session. That was absolutely fascinating. We'll now open the floor for a brief question and answer session. If anyone has questions, kindly ask.
I have one small question, ma'am. The grid you have shown, for that, what is the solid angle or some different measures we have to take care of?
So I didn't get
the
you.
grid. See, the for every image you have shown the grid over there, the squares of certain area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how that, the angle or
I am
whatever.
not a technical student, so I won't be able to tell you that. IASC. I'm really sorry for that, sir.
No issues, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
It was a wonderful talk.
Yeah, ma'am. Shall I answer this?
Yeah, please.
I'm Tushar Purohit. Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
there are the CDs.
Okay.
So they take the images. So that is why it appears to be in a grid.
Okay.
Okay. So there are the total. So they can basically the telescope has a small field of view. So if you align the number of telescopes, so they can cover a large area because the asteroids are very small. So can they moving? So you can easily track them. So that is why you can see the one asteroid is passing from one frame to other frame.
I would like to make some changes, sir, because as IASC had told us that each of the Pan-STARRS telescope, there are two telescopes, Pan-STARRS 1 and 2. So each of the Pan-STARRS telescope has around 16 mirrors. They have joined those mirrors and then they take the image of that particular part of the sky. That is why those grid lines appear.
That is. So that is why I am telling you the 16 CCDs are there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So 16 CCDs are covering that particular area. The CCD chip has a very small area which covers. So that is
Okay.
why they enlarge this particular field of view.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Yeah.
much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I would just share my screen once more. And I would also like to tell you about like the projects in Zooniverse. You have seen that we do the projects in Zooniverse, and Zooniverse gives us results. They print out our results in the form of discoveries. Like these are the discoveries made by me in the project of supernovas. So there are n number of discoveries. So these are the way they give us the, what we say, the recognition that yes, you have done some work. Similarly, if you work for IASC, IASC will provide us with this kind of a certificate. This is a certificate which we get when it is a provisional discovery. When you have just participated in the IASC campaign, definitely you will be getting a participation certificate. But here, this mentions that it is a provisional discovery. So this is a really important certificate for the kids to get motivated. Definitely this would help.
Any questions from student side?
Madam, I want to ask one question.
Yes, sir.
In fact, we have seen so many projects on the NASA screen, and you
Yeah.
have discussed one of them. And
Yeah.
when we take another project, then the method of analysis will be the similar, or they are different for every project.
Sir, they are different for every project, but you will definitely get a tutorial or some kind of guidance through the notes in the project.
Okay.
It is not that you are on your own when you are entering the project. They are there to help you. If you are unable to analyze anything and you face any kind of problem, you can talk to them also. You can chat with them and they do reply.
Another question is that you have created your own team to analyze. Team members
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is the procedure of making that team? You have to select new members on their own, or they
Sir,
create?
whoever is interested in doing the IASC project, I'll just share my screen again and I'll show you. Whoever is interested in doing the IASC project can go to the can go to the home page. Over here. Sorry. We can just get started and register ourselves, and we can just get started. We need some amount of students who register themselves on a regular month basis, because IASC campaign runs every month except December and January, I suppose, because I have been doing this on a regular basis. And I think so on this, Sovan sir would be the best person to answer because he registers our team every time.
Okay.
Sovan sir, if you are there, kindly. Yeah, he's there.
Individual team can participate, but we take permission and organize a 30 team participation campaign. But anyone can participate. Anyone can send request with team details.
Okay.
Shall I interrupt once again?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, basically for making a team, you have to give the first training. Then you analyze how many participants are going to be participant. And basically in a particular team, a minimum 2 participant is minimum requirement. Either you can put many more participant in one team. So if you have a more number of the participant, so you can, instead of making a one single team, you can make a
Multiple teams.
multiple teams, and you can analyze the data. Thank you.
Sir, but training before the campaign,
Yeah.
before you have registered in the campaign
No,
is
no.
not required. You can do it after registering your team in the campaign also, because I have been doing this with an organization called as STEM in Space, and they connect with the students, they make teams, they register themselves in the IASC campaign, and before the campaign starts, a week before, they train the students, and they make me a mentor of some of the teams in the STEM
Yeah,
in Space
right.
campaign.
So
Yeah.
basically, if you give it a prior training and you register,
Yeah.
that becomes
Yeah.
a very easier. And then when you request for a particular team, so you get some slot for the particular time zone or this particular time period where
But
you can
what
start observing.
sorry to interrupt you, but what I know is that for any team to get registered, we should have a time gap of at least 2 months, because when we
Yeah.
are in interaction with IASC, they give us some time, because we need to train the participants as well as to register, because already the next month's registration have been done, because
Yeah,
you will be
perfectly
now
fine.
registered
Yeah,
for
right.
the next to next month's
Right.
campaign.
Yeah. So generally, I give the first prior training and then I register.
That's nice, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem, sir.
Professor Aluwali, sir.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful lecture. I was just, wondering at the end of the lecture that this is a very personal question which I'm asking from you.
Yes, sir.
You have been working on these projects, What are your aha moments, that, oh, I have done something which is really exciting? I mean,
So,
because when I was looking at whole of this process, I was finding that, with such a hard work which you are doing, what are those kicks which you get out of it, which you are actually trying to do? Maybe with your team of students, you have a team of students with you also. I think I can see as a teacher and a student, you always, find something to celebrate. So what is that kind of a moment which you recollect that, oh yeah, this is
the
what
first and the first and the foremost thing is that being a housewife, being a non-technical background lady in the field of astronomy, taking astronomy as a hobby was really difficult. Especially in the Indian family scenario, when your child is growing up, you have your in-laws all together with you, you have your husband, you have your household responsibilities and everything. But I was really fortunate that my family always backed me up. They always pumped me that yes, you should do and you can do. So, sir, I really don't need any kind of aha moments. I'm always excited to do any kind of thing, any kind of learning in the process of, in the field of astronomy. I am always excited for that. Sovan sir also sometimes tells me that, ma'am, aap har cheez ke liye haan bol dete ho. तब मेरे पास केवल मेरा पैशन है और कुछ नहीं है. I don't have anything else except my passion. Only that. And I try to transfer that passion to others also. So, जब मैं जो कि definitely I am a science background student, but yes, जिसके पास कोई टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग नहीं है, जो केवल टीवी में सुन करके प्रोग्राम्स को या बुक्स को पढ़ करके या लोगों के लेक्चर्स को सुन करके वो जब इतनी मोटिवेटेड हो सकता है, तो कोई भी हो सकता है सर. और आजकल के बच्चे तो दे आर रियली
So another, corollary of this question is this, that how many objects you have actually been able to identify and
The
spot and name the way you were
pre-
explaining?
preliminary discoveries were many. I have no count of them, but yes, provisional discoveries were 6 till now.
Okay. All
I
right.
have
And
6 provisional discoveries
you have been working on this hobby for
from
how
last
much?
7 years. 7 years,
7
sir.
years.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think you have lot of patience and perseverance, which is desired for watching sky itself.
Yes, sir.
Because watching sky is not a small thing. Only when one looks at these pictures and so many objects around it. I was watching one very interesting thing, that when there was one object which was moving, which you were showing, the background is so far that rest of the things are stationary, and you are finding that that is the object which is moving. It was really interesting to note that aspect also.
Sir, I try to go, whenever I find an object in a particular image set, I try to see it in the white background. I try to see it in the black background. But I am so excited whenever I get an object. This time, during this campaign, I was really fortunate enough to get 5 new objects in one image set. I really don't know how many would be converted into provisional, but yes, I got them as 5 new objects. They were really faint, but yes, they were moving, and they were moving according to the rules set by IASC. So I was very excited.
And another thing which is there is, how much time do you spend on this hobby on daily basis, for example?
So it really depends. Sometimes I'm busy with my family things, and whenever I get time, actually, my son is now doing his job. He has recently joined his job, and now I'm all alone. So what I need to do, I have my books along with me, and I have my telescope, and I have my laptop.
It will be a pleasure to listen to once again you with your, play with your telescope which you have got and what you have done with that. Because, let me just tell you, that I can see, yes. Thank you very much. But what our motivation is to bring wonderful people like you on this program is to excite our community of Indian Association Physics Teachers, because this is a group of Indian Association of Physics Teachers, and we have started it recently. And the moment I saw that the topic is a citizen science project, I had heard about these things before, but I think this is for the first time I saw somebody, working passionately for this kind of thing. Congratulations for that. And
Thank
thank
you,
you
sir.
for being part of NASNI.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And I would definitely like all of you, and tell all your kids also to be a part of the citizen science projects, because हम फोन पे बैठ के रील्स को स्क्रॉल करें, उससे अच्छा है हम सिटीजन साइंस प्रोजेक्ट्स करें. आई थिंक सो हम अपना माइंड कहीं क्रिएटिविटी में लगाएंगे, कहीं कुछ अच्छा करेंगे. और शायद उसके लिए हमारे पेरेंट्स हमारे को डांटेंगे नहीं, स्कोल्ड नहीं करेंगे.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I really don't know. I really get excited when I meet these kind of people like you, people like the team over here. I really feel so happy, and especially all thanks to Sovan sir, because he brought me in the field of citizen science projects. And how did I get inspired? He had posted on the WhatsApp group that he is a person who has found 9 exoplanets 7 years back. So that excited me so much. Sitting at home with your laptop, how can a person find an exoplanet? So that sparked me. And here I am.
In physics, we say there is an effect called induction effect, So
Yes.
induction effect is inducing somebody to do something. And I think your talk has been just fascinating. I hope it will rub that kind of a passion in the minds of the participants, particularly the young participants who are there.
Definitely,
And
definitely,
it will
sir.
be great, pleasure for us, for you to be part of this whole program in future also.
Thank
Once
you so
again,
much, sir.
thank you very much.